Hey everyone, Adam here with some news perhaps, or maybe just speculation, but I'll just lay out the facts and you can decide for yourself. I think Ludeon, the RimWorld developers, are either working on official multiplayer for RimWorld or making a new game with a multiplayer aspect. You might say that that isn't new and the speculation has been around a while, which is true, but something just happened that I believe tips the scales a little bit more towards that definitive side. But first, a few facts that lead up to this. On June 4th, 2021, Tynan tweeted this message. Ludeon Studios, developer of RimWorld, is hiring, seeking a lead designer, developers, and multiplayer specialists. Emphasis, of course, on that last bullet point. Back then, you could find a tucked away listing on the Ludeon site that has since been removed. Luckily, someone saved it. Since this listing was removed, it stands to reason that Ludeon either hired someone or they no longer needed the position filled. But we couldn't really be sure. That is, perhaps until today. There is a Discord server for development of RimWorld in which dedicated testers give feedback. Me and several of my community members are there. Like most Discord servers, this one has roles, including a developer role. Earlier, a new name appeared in that titled list that we hadn't noticed before. I won't say the person's name or their Discord tag or anything, of course, but I will show what was in that profile. As you can see, they are listed as a RimWorld developer and a programmer specializing in multiplayer. Now, I admit it isn't quite the smoking gun of a full GTA 6 leak, but it's pretty compelling. I did have some viewers earlier during my Twitch stream ask me how we even know Tynan's still working on new RimWorld content. Well, the truth is we can't be 100% sure, but Tynan himself was recently interviewed during a charity event that I participated in. The annual RimWorld Hot Potato for Doctors Without Borders event. The interview in general is great to listen to if you are a fan of RimWorld, but the part we care about here is when he was directly asked if the studio is working on something now and if he could confirm or deny. At the 1 hour, 54 minute, and 30 second-ish mark, he says that they are working on things and stuff, and that apparently these things and stuff are really cool. Like I said, not much to go on there other than we know, of course, for sure, the studio will have new content of some sort at some later point. As outlined in Ludeon and RimWorld's FAQ sections, they are not prone to letting anyone outside the company know anything in advance, answering questions about the future, and so on. And of course, for good reason. Now, if this is true, you might still be saying to yourself, great, but we already have a popular multiplayer mod. Why don't they work on something else? Right, we do have a popular multiplayer mod which shows a want for this type of content. If the developers had to make sure a new feature didn't already have a good mod for it before working on something, it'd be so hamstrung they'd never be able to release anything. I even remember people complaining in droves about fencing being added to the base game. And believe it or not, I'm willing to bet that most people that get into RimWorld, that purchase RimWorld on Steam, never really use mods, or not a lot of mods at least. We are probably the exceptions. Well, you guys are. I don't really use many mods either, as you may know. Now, I will say that I'm getting pretty annoyed by something. If this really is one of the major features of the next DLC, and it is released with either a name starting with M, such as multiplayer, or a W name, I will never forgive you, Tynan. The DLC names could have spelled out RimWorld, like the prophecies foretold. But you had to go and call it Biotech, Tynan, Biotech. But all jokes aside, I do love RimWorld, and I'm ecstatic that there may be other major things in the pipeline. I'd absolutely love to engage in some no-pause multiplayer nonsense with some of you someday. Definitely let me know what you think about a possible RimWorld multiplayer experience. Have you already used the mod? Are you dying to experience some war crimes? Memorable stories with your friends in an official capacity? Leave a comment and let me know. In the meantime, if you need more RimWorld content or ideas, be sure to subscribe to this channel or join my Discord. Links in the description and pinned comment. And as always, thank you for watching.